So, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to That Feeling Blue. So, I have had a rather difficult time finding any games of substance to play recently, anything that actually seems decent and worthy of actually putting on the channel. And this was described as being absolutely gorgeous. And we've only been here for 1 minute and 7 seconds, and I already feel that that was justified. So, beyond this being a sort of walk around and look at pretty things, I have no idea what this is. But I suppose we're going to walk around, we're going to have a look at some different things, and suddenly not be able to jump anymore. Okay, I'm rather confused. Am I not supposed to be in here? Oh, I am pressing space. It's just seemingly not enough for you people anymore. Okay, I'm starting to think I'm not supposed to be going in there. Okay. So as much as we have a very boaty control mechanic, this is very different. Reminds me of a sort of blending of the Soul Crane in terms of the colours and Sovngarde in terms of the overall aesthetic. This is very strange. So no, I don't think there's going to be any story or any gameplay per se. I think this is more just going to be a matter of walking around and being rather impressed by all of this. So I can't actually get to the edge and look over at the precipice, which is a little shame, but presumably that's more a matter of not letting you jump off the cliff. This is surprisingly more detailed than I would expect, because detail is one of the things that are often very much either lacking or incorrectly used in games. They either don't bother about much detail at all, or they put a large amount of unnecessary detail in that nobody really asked for, and that doesn't really add anything to the experience. But this has a lot of detail in its environment that seems rather well thought out, rather well sculpted. This is genuinely very pretty. This is lovely. It's just very peaceful and relaxed, but at the same time complex, while not being overwhelming. It seems to have a very, I don't know, sort of sci-fi feel to it, in the sense that it has many things that you would, well, many shapes and movements that you would normally associate with computers and technology, but at the same time a very distinct biological groundwork. It's an interesting moulding of the two. Some of it seems to be sort of a crystalline formation, whilst other parts seem extremely technological. Oh wow, is that the thing I was trying to reach before? Wow. Okay, I kind of can go down the mountainside. I'm not convinced this was a brilliant idea, but here we are. Okay, I'm a heck of a climber. Okay, so I scale my way down that mountain with Skyrim levels of tact, I suppose. Wow. This is... I tell you, the thing that this is making me think about the most, rather than anything else, is what brought about this thing's creation. Like, whoever made this... Whoever made this had a reason, and something must have inspired them. Something must have made them dream this up. And this is such a foreign design to me that I can't even begin to imagine what it could be that could have created this. Could have been what this spawned from. As much as I'm not usually interested in the technical aspects of games, in the sense of how everything actually works, as long as the product's good, I'm usually quite happy with it. There are some things here, like this for example, that I would be fascinated to hear more about the way that this has actually been done on a technical level. Because I haven't seen things like that, even in recent full-budget AAA games with huge budgets and extremely skilled developers. I'm seeing things here that I haven't seen anywhere else, and I'd be fascinated to know the level of work that went into this, because I cannot imagine that this was a short or a simple project. And as much as I'm just wandering around randomly, I don't feel as if the layout of the environment is random. I feel as if it's somewhat structured and planned in a way. This is just really, really foreign to me. So alien and otherworldly. Thinking I may have been this way before, but to be honest, this is so gorgeous, I don't particularly mind. We go further up the mountainside, he says, nearly falling off the mountainside. This formation in the sky, it's like some strange geometrical shape, but at the same time a constellation. It's just fascinating. Really is gorgeous. It's so different from anything else. It's extremely pleasant. Usually a human being feels the most comfortable in a familiar scenario, familiar circumstance. And yet I feel very comfortable and at ease here. Even though absolutely everything I'm looking at is extremely strange, different, and just totally alien. They've done their work very well in making this place just very relaxing and just pleasant. So this seems to be the source of everything. I am rarely speechless, and when I am, it's usually because something is breathtakingly terrible or shockingly asinine, but this has taken away my power of speech through very, very different means. Through just being an extremely strange formulation. Because all the pieces on paper would seem to say that this would produce something strange and unsettling, and yet the product is actually beautiful and relaxing and just very calming. And that to me is the strangest thing of all. Looking at the components they have here would make you think that the product wouldn't be what it actually is. And that's the thing I find strangest of all.